Alright, abusua yin chawo ne san so mu akwa ba ha. That's why a bear media GH. Abusua, team ora ho nsem na ba bonten a enya nsem ketua. Team ora abusua ne excellency ono ana tesa kuo no. Aye operation recover all loot. Sene baya ebeboa ama Ghana atumi a retrieve eye enuoma bi a atumi akodi. Oman no nuoma atumi akodi eye akrankran bi ho. Abusua nene the nsem na ba bonten ne etwa gui na no se eyade a ora is dead. No krese ora rewu. No krese ora ebo adwuma behind the scene. Abusua ha that's why bear media GH be so say ene dey control channel so be so subscribe like now. Wa bo aso ahema for person bi atie no anya bi atie. Abusua yam kone kote nsem a Kevin Akobedi Taylor of Love Silence TV. Yes. And someone wa bro aguho ene abusua ensem na no de ha that's why bear media GH be so subscribe like na abusua wa bo aso ahye ama wo frɛ pen ensem ni bi atie no anya bi atie yentie nkoma e course na sese a
recover all loot Felix Ofosukwache honorable government communication minister na abusua as part of ora omokas ora is that Kevin Taylor highlighted on this issue na government communication minister Felix Ofosukwache Chomze ora is not dead and waka the number of appointees abamu mpanyimfo akufaro tan homo abamu iyoko achi omo na omo investigate omo na omo caution na omo detain omo investigate omo. Some of them attorney or prepare docket or list omo din echirema ebebo Asante Bediatuo Femi Bediatuo neyere because he was engaged in one of the scandals ochima iyoko the list of numbers and investigation say yoko achi omo or investigate omo and obo Femi Bediatuo former secretary to the president Asante Bediatuo yere entini nyina achirema Felix Ofosukwache government communication Kevin Taylor and a boss video no shows never credit my last silence video enti ochirema ensem ni nyina ne she yoko apeke anaso omachi Asante Bediatuo yere in terms of our investigation and interrogation because of she was alleged engaged in some of the scandals are not all listed. Enti fast forward and nebekwa kotie ne mfa credit ma Kevin Taylor last silence media enti yenko remni enti so the list of cases are all mentioned just ora is not dead, ora is working enye nsem ni nyina na obeti last list say just say akachro enti abusua yenko tie so the update and this ne said Asante Bediatuo in here Femi Bediatuo alleged scandal bia she's involved no obebo scandal ni Kevin Taylor and a boy short video way. Now he was trying to explain to the public, say, no, the aura is still working and Mahama is resetting the country indeed. Inti yenko Kevin Taylor nembra. Now inti short video, the list of names are yedo amko court, Yoko, I invite you more and as ya chomo interrogate more in alleged scandals. Stay tuned.
Samuel, even though the Attorney General, the Special Prosecutor is dealing with there's another case that the Attorney General is dealing with involving Emmanuel Kofi Nti, Dr. Isaac Kressel, and Mr. Christian Tetesoti. There's a free Wi-Fi case involving Dr. Matthew Poku Prempe, and he himself has publicly said that he has been invited, questioned, and a docket has been prepared. There's a gentleman called Opioluwa Omotayo Ojo. I suspect that he's Nigerian. Benjamin Kofi Jesse, William Entry Dakun, and Matilda Ewia Azuma. They are the persons of interest in the free Wi-Fi battle. There's a National Lottery Authority case involving Kofi Osameyaw, Henry Kwame Asare Yentumi, and Derek Disi Apia. There's Buankra Inland Ports involving Kweku Forie Siama, who was a former transport minister, Justice Amu, John Bernard Cranton York, and Michael Achagwe Luguje. Pardon me if I've mispronounced the name. Then the DRIP case. It's a matter that people have been called on. The rise of Mohammed Amin Andam, the former finance minister, and Irene Nantoshi, the former administrator.
They've been called
and questioned. The former administrator of what call it? This Assembly's Common Fund. There could be 19 Frontiers case. Menu and some. The Pualugu multipurpose dam. Dr. Owusu Efe Yaku, the former Agric minister. Wilson Kwabena Dankwa. I beg your pardon. Al Hassan Alolo Muntaka, I believe he was in the vice president's office. Yes. National ambulance case. Emmanuel Owusu Gwedu. Mathematical sets. That's a full expression. Sarah Femi Bediatuo Asante, I believe is the spouse of the president's the former presidential secretary, Mr. Asante Bediatuo, Kojo Daku Mensa, Benjamin Kofi Jesse, Philip Tetepadi, and Matthew Poku Pempe.
Again, this is the mathematical
This is a mathematical set issue. The Moshoso rice case, there was an issue about importation of some rice that was not fit for purpose or something. David Ej Mensa, Simon Ej, Eli Kulim Dogbe, and Patrick Ohini Ufori. Then there's a duplicative digitalization, which is Ghana Health Service and National Health Insurance Authority, Dr. Patrick Kumabwaji. West Blue Judgment Debt, it involves Kenofoyata, who, as I speak, is a fugitive, has fled the jurisdiction. And then there's a 13th African Games. I could go on and on and on and on. So anybody who comes to take, for instance, they've been called, interrogated, and these are cases on which dockets have been prepared. And so the Attorney General has to look through it and then determine a date that is suitable to go to court. If you go to Yoko, there are some of the cases that were not part of oral. You can only discover them when you come into government, like the National Signals Bureau thing. It was never an oral. In fact, there were many people who didn't even know Mr. Dubois was even a public official. But when we came to power and we got wind of it, we looked into it. Indeed, he was arrested in March 2025. By April, he was in court. The Attorney General has said that he will call 5 witnesses. Three of them are done. He's left with 2. So that they can conclude their case, and then Mr. Dubois will open their case. That is a normal judicial process. My brother, Honorable Apiakubi, is here. He is a lawyer for Wontumi, and he will testify that in the case of Wontumi, actually, I think they've done. You are supposed to say this government does not want to prosecute. Now you hear it. These are cases. What Attorney General said, most of them are in court. So how can he just say? If you're a journalist like myself, sit on TV and say, NDC are buying, prosecute, they are so slow. It's it. The government is working. This government is on point. In Konfura Mujina Gas on to prosecute, the same people who do 24 hours who jail because say, hey, and they did and with you. So I saw somebody write something in the comment or say, how come they are able to jail poor people faster? That is a good question. You know why? Last Betina Kachira will say, it is not easy to push a political criminal into jail. One, especially a political criminal who is financially capable of defending him or herself with 3-4 lawyers. It is not easy. And sometimes you people think, say, Yakocho Hienino, Yakoche farmer, Wako Yakos, Akuko, Yanako Jina court, Onisiko of a lawyer. Judge Busan said, Woody for now dibem. Or say midi for and so many lawyer. Then a judge in here. The judge is going to apply the law. Uko Yakuka Angel was saying. But Udi Chema who took Kojina Quarter, where we sika, he can hire lawyers for 10 years. Until every day Chema goes to court, he has lawyers who can delay the case and say, we are doing case management. We filed this document. We don't accept it. We are going to bring another document. These are all delay tactics. Into Ohieni Kojina Quarter. How many of a young for one lawyers are almost bet to my court? I say, no, I'm going to file this document. I'm going to appeal this. I'm going to. Oh, Yenian and say a chill so say farmer or said, send lawyer papa and call appeal or appeals court. But did he have a lawyer? Does he have the money? He doesn't. So Debia Mekacha Ghana for say prosecuting a political criminal. Give to a worry where we go. She has money sitting there. She can go to court, use all the lawyers she wants. She can delay as much as she wants to delay. She can go to appeals court 3 times on a particular ruling. In a case, somebody can go to appeals court and go and contest a judgment in a case. Case we are in the way. You better make us a case way. A gift of worry. Case na drew baby no yasi give to worry emfa krata bimbra ekyerese oyobema no nyoba se judge no oti case no ka se end give to worry emfa sa krata ne be kyerese onye bema no yoba give to worry betima ga sa judgment na judge no emeki o sa case no oko appeals court oko appeal sa decision no. Now you only have money so when you sika wutumi nyesa. When you don't have money sitting there, ultimately send to your lawyer say, "Yanko appeals court, yanko appeal that judgment before we continue the case." So that is what happens in cases. Inti give to worry the case na judge ni dey do baby I say give to worry. Attorney General say for birth certificate, bra, make sure say onya bema. Now you're bar. Now give to worry say me so me for certificate number because me a bema.
Now, say judge nika say give to worry may show certificate in bra. Give to worry bet to catch the lawyers and say yanko appeal this decision no appeals court. Then case no beja no high court. Then we go to appeals court. You could do appeals court. There might not be judges available because ABI judges don't want appeals court. They have cases they are settled on. Now they need to find a date that is convenient. Judge bet to sa ruling so. Now I'm appeals court. Na appeals court judge for me and Sasa but Nasa ruling so. Now Sa ruling is no echo in favor of give to a warrior. They will come back to the judge will have to rescind his decision. Then we have to go back. Now so appeals court na say echo tia give to a warrior. Now we have to go back to the appeals court, high court for us to continue the case. So you don't see it's that easy. It will prosecute Kromfo where we scar, and this will prosecute Kromphobia or and this will prosecute because with them, they don't have the financial might to have lawyers defend them, to go the extra mile. And then they court proceedings, process na criminal cases, no. So nobody should sit on radio and say, Mempa Attorney General Asam, Abina Jamahama, Abina Fairly Ghana for no. When you say that, then one, so you're a journalist, then you are ignorant or you are deliberately deciding to lie to the people. We need to educate Ghana for. Chairman Wontumi says, "See, I know you see or make the case or see or submit a submission of no case." And the judge said, "Chairman Wontumi, Embra mekan asem." Chairman Wontumi's next move is that he's going to go to the appeals court to go and appeal that judgment. Now, how long is that going to take? So I'm going to appeals court. Now, appeals court is the case. They also have to give them a date. Maybe 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 1 month. Now, Omunya sa date now. Do you know how long it is going to take for the appeals court to look at that ruling before they say we side with Chairman Wontumi or we don't side with him? Now, the judgment in the appeals court, you cannot determine the date, a month it's going to stay there. Now, so free appeals court and almost high court. The case is now going to continue from there. Now, you ask yourself, can you determine when the case is going to? No, it is all about the court itself, how quick the court works. It is not the Attorney General. It is not the Attorney General who is trying to get the work done. So we should not sit on TV and on radio and make it look like say Attorney General Ashada wakotite baby on bese ebedi case no. It is not that. Say here for your case na say it say any 2 days you jail na. It is because sika nkutano. It is because he does not have the money to get a lawyer to defend them. Massa, when you go to court, it is your money that will keep you in court for long. Unisika around the world was some you can 2 days. And especially African politicians, Akroma, Chairman Wontumi sika guo. Give to a warrior sika guo. How many lawyers do they have? Do you think they are going to do this? They are going to make it easy for the government? Do you think that Chairman Wontumi, Mameka Binchiro, Oforiata, Yachini free America did it Ghana, no Bejina Kota. It will not take less than 2 years to jail Oforiata. No. Because Oforiata, or American po, would rent expensive lawyers. Now about Ghana. Do you know a number of lawyers? And do you know how much lawyers he's going to pay to stay in court and defend him? So, I know sometimes, let's be realistic. This government has been in power for 1 year, 3 months. Abai Weber power, it took off after 6 months. Realistically, this government has been in power for 8 months. And you expect a government that has been in power for technically for 8 months to be able to prosecute 20 people. And I know for these cases are all in court. So, I then will be to TV, so to radio, say, and these in person will be prosecuted. You are not being fair to the government. If you are a journalist, you are not being fair to yourself, you are not being fair to your listeners, or you are diabolically trying to make it look like, say, abandoning Yejuma, or you have a personal issue with the Attorney General. Let me tell you for a fact, the Attorney General is not going to win all the cases. It's a fact. Get your mind ready for that. The Attorney General of Ghana, all the cases are Esumwa almost fighting. They are not going to win all of them, but at least we are going to win majority of them to make sure people serve jail term. And these are realistic things you need to accept. You need to appreciate that. You need to be realistic. And sometimes some people make it look like Masa Sanka. Aban we better bypass the court and Aban we bypass the court jailing for. And that was what Akufo-Addo was doing. Into Abana Yajina can reset net as you're saying. Net as you say, I was say your money, Nasa Ukojina court to be dear some you do tuma obian to be in your day. And that is what we are seeing today. These people can be making noise. Chairman Wontumi can be concerting himself and fooling himself. Say, Mrana time, we do. Justice delayed is not justice denied. Embrano ediwa ebediu. So let us not make it look like say obin person obi be court jail, obin person be prosecute. O person go jailing ko for John Mahama. O person jailing ko for John Mahama. O person jailing ko for and this one person keep power. No, don't talk like that. Jack. Now, one story way, a very important story. Oh, sorry, not this. Story way. Oh, how did we miss this story? Yes. Ghana returns to May, June Wasi. 5 years after COVID-19 disruption. And God being so good. Wasi na Ghana, your neighboring countries, you try a friend West African examination, and Ghana is back on track. And you see, these are dirty people who base all their statements on speculations. If you know God is volatile, if you know a statement from Donald Trump, a statement from the Chinese president, a statement from any world leader who is powerful can change or determine the price of gold on the market every second, why do you have to wait? Or you want to tell us to say there is a day and night, specific months or days we have to sell gold? No. The people who are in charge, the same way you think you are smart, they are also smart. Because gold, the idea be I no pay a bit more on this amount. And when you raise 6, now I drop it. So you take your chances. You take your chances. Now he goes on to speculate. Because you're a dirty guy. They are not intelligent. Oh, they are basic Google search boys. He is very flat and vague. Kofi Bentomo, weak-minded. But yet Jimmy Tini space. Now he goes on to say this. They now want to buy it back at a loss of almost $2 billion. Now, they now want to. If you say they now want to, that means you are not being specific. As I say, gold, price. The question here is, if they want to, have they done it? You are still speculating at your age. You are still speculating. At that time, I also it means everything you are saying here is out of speculation, means 90%